Tara Troopers, it's me, Tara. We got to move on to Love is Blind episode 7. And then they have more episodes releasing October 16th. So we're going to be here a while. I cannot wait. Make sure that you leave a like, type in all your comments. No spoilers in case you are ahead. None of that stuff. And remember, we spread hugs, love, and laughter here, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you haven't caught me on The Real Rejects, you can head to that channel. I react to a bunch of movies and TV over there. Here we do reality. Also, go to rejectnationshop.com to get your spooky sweater. It's perfect for the Halloween season. Also comes in bright orange and in t-shirts. Thank you to Prepper for helping edit this down. I would not be here without Prepper. Super appreciate them. And if you want to head over to Patreon, you can sync up with your own copy of Love is Blind and get a whole uncut reaction of me watching this show, and we can watch it together. I slipped into an accent there. I sometimes do it for patrons because they find it special, I guess. I mean, honestly, I don't know. They might find it quite annoying. But I feel like now is probably a good time to move on to the show because his intro has gone sour, eh? All right then, let's do it.
Good morning from Cabo.
Good morning.
Steven's taking me to a Mexican restaurant.
I get to drive on these wild roads.
Wish me luck.
Yeah, the question is if he's going to talk too much. It's a Steven problem.
I never want to leave.
Never want to leave her side.
You better not.
Honestly, they're the only ones I believe are going to make it. At this point, in Mexico, shite has gone down.
She just woke up like this.
Oh, actually, I lied. Also, Ashley and Tyler.
And I should probably think twice before I say it.
Yeah.
What
I think
about
I'm
you?
realizing I need to work on being less bitchy sometimes.
Nick, come on, but I need to be like more patient with you, I think.
Come on, Nick. What the
I don't think I need that.
Okay. I mean, that's a nice thought from Hannah, but I still don't think they're going to last.
I think you can shave
What's
it.
your preference?
Shave it.
Cool.
There it goes.
There it
Done
is.
deal.
You already tell me what to do. And I'm obliging.
He likes it
great.
a little bit.
And actually, I would say them too, but we did see in the last episode sort of like a look ahead, and it didn't look good, so I'm questioning it.
I was stationed on destroyers and managed divisions of sailors.
Wow.
A lot of sweet moments in the Navy and like being out to sea and like being with your crew. But like, I was away from home a lot. I missed a lot of holidays. It's hard to keep a relationship.
When she said earlier that she could navigate a destroyer, we get it. She's from the Army, but that sounds like it could mean another thing. Just saying.
Let's take a video first.
Wow, that's really pretty.
Don't slide off, yeah.
I'm a mariner. I'm a sailor.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I have my sea legs.
Skip to her like falls over and is in the water.
This morning I woke up and I thought I was going home.
Yeah, he wants to leave.
What happened last night between Alex and I, that shit wasn't cool.
I mean, even when she hugged him and said, I'm sorry, he looked so dead in the face that I was like, if this guy doesn't get the F out of there, he's going to regret it.
Because I see that she kind of can understand where I'm coming from and is willing to listen. I am more than willing to like keep exploring this.
I don't know, man. You seem so broken. I appreciate that from him, but
He had every intention of this being the last conversation, and now he wants to have another conversation. Gives me like the optimism that it's going in the right direction.
Alex, you didn't even like him after you met him. Like I said that in the second episode.
This whole situation definitely put a hold on it, I guess, until we figure out what happens now.
I don't think they're going to make it. You remember after the engagement, you walked into the room, she went, okay. She seemed like not happy. And I'm like, I think the producers are doing a good job of maybe keeping them on the show, but I don't think it's going to work.
I stayed home for Christmas. I cooked a big meal for myself. Like I literally made a baked mac and cheese, collard greens.
Delicious. He made a Big Mac with cheese for Thanksgiving?
It'd be cool even when we have kids. Every year, we do like a deep dive of like old Christmas movies, and I love Christmas movies.
Talking my language.
That's fun.
I made my own ugly Christmas sweater.
We can host ugly sweater parties.
We can.
She said, we can. So seriously, I love it.
I already talked to the guys. We are doing a Halloween dress up.
I mean, honestly,
He is my favorite.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Be
I really
right
don't
there.
care what we
Yeah.
do. We about to get married.
They're a great couple. I would be I'll be so sad if they don't make it. Because I mean, they're the ones that I'm like, for sure, I think definitely will.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
Not ready to die yet.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is why I don't do that.
I hope I can have kids after this.
Very, very, very proud of you.
Take a seat, please. Yeah. Okay.
Is she gonna do it? Wow, Hannah. Good for you. This is insane.
One, Bonji.
Whoa!
Come back here.
Oh my God, look at her face. She looks like she wants to maybe die or pass out, but she also looks happy.
I'm still a little weak in the knees.
I know.
You know what? Bungee jump gives me the same feeling when we're love, baby.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, right? Exhilarating.
They're really cute right now, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
Gotta make a custom figure for you. Okay.
Oh, look. Wow, that's so cool.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's very cool.
That looks awesome.
Very fitting for a man that's very about fish. So this is gonna go in your place.
Our place.
They're cute.
I haven't really gotten a Christmas gift in like a long time.
When it comes to our financial upbringing, I refuse to let that be the thing that ever like puts space between us.
Sounds like it's gonna be a thing.
It was like I know I don't have to get you something top quality, like a Kate Spade bag. So
Never get you one of those.
something.
Like a YSL bag.
I don't even know what that is.
Louis Vuitton? You've heard of Louis Vuitton.
Is he like a big deal?
I also am who I am. Like I also want flowers sometimes.
Really don't want to disappoint you. It's a lot.
What's a lot?
Moving forward with marriage,
It is a lot. Is he nervous?
feel forced into doing something because I don't think that's fair.
Use the word forced.
You know, if suddenly I'm having second thoughts and next thing you know,
Are you like,
Sounds like he is.
you're not looking me in the eyes?
Yeah, I know, because I'm trying to think. You're right. Let me think of how best to word it.
This is so awkward.
Like, I am genuinely in love with you. I'm just nervous about the whole thing because it's a huge, huge commitment. And it's not that I'm second guessing being with you. You know, I just don't want to feel overwhelmed when the moment comes.
He feels overwhelmed right now.
You, like, day one, were like, I'm in love with you. I'm going to marry you. I want to be with you. And, like, you knew what this was. Like, we knew what we were getting ourselves into. These are things that I was very much hoping you had thought through.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he did, but you might not be like the perfect match for him.
I thought you were, like, about to cry. Are you
I mean, I'm listening. I appreciate you.
He's overwhelmed.
Stop. Like, all that matters is you and I. All that matters. Right?
And flowers for her, obviously.
I love you.
Love you.
I also like when she was like, dude, I can't get a word in, like, because he was being way too chatty. I get that, but it also may have made him go like, damper down, and now he feels like overwhelmed, and like it may be hard for him to just try to make her happy while also feeling like himself.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, whoa.
I don't fuck right. I like my feet on the ground.
That looks awesome, though.
I still love you. You know, we had what we had, but like, let's leave that where it is and like start anew.
Are you on the same page?
I don't know.
So you're gonna come back to the hotel room? Or are you gonna stay separate?
I will.
You will?
I will.
Okay, he's moving back in.
Like I said, the first thing we did was cross that big ass bridge.
Yeah.
If we could get across there, we'd be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm nervous for them because I don't
So are you excited to come back?
I am.
know what happened with her yelling at him, he said. And she has said that sometimes she just has like a trigger.
The view is beautiful.
I know.
You getting down?
That if it happened already this soon, I don't know if it won't happen again, you know? That is so pretty. I want to go to Mexico.
Ah, there we go.
Group hangout. Gotta love it.
Hey.
Look, man, Ty got the hat.
Love the hat.
You like that?
Do you feel like you're teaching a lot of things?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. And I'm sure like he'll teach me something too eventually, but like
Oh my goodness.
We smoothed it over.
Fireworks.
go
see that. Let's go see it right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Such an awkward time in that conversation for fireworks to go off.
Nobody.
Where's G, baby? I got everything I need right here.
God, is Monica going to be like, why didn't you come out, Steven?
That was so romantic. That was so romantic out there. Thank you so much for the romance.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So romantic. Holding all the other people together.
Awkward.
What?
Come on.
Monica is edgy. I would not blame Steven if he's seeing this side of her, passive aggressive.
Because then everything he's doing is pissing me off.
And being, this mad, I'd be like, I don't.
But I try not to be hard on myself.
I'm going to cut my ties.
He's so scared of me. He's so scared of me. He's so scared of me right now.
Should be.
I would be scared of you too, dude.
Thanks, baby.
I'd be like, I don't want the wrath of you.
So I don't know if you like sparkling water. I'm not a big fan.
But it's okay.
Also, sorry, Garrett was like having a moment.
It's okay, babe.
She's right there. She's hearing him say Garrett was having him.
Taylor and I cuddled each other outside by the fireworks.
Your man and I were having a very serious moment about something, and then
Garrett looks very concerned.
you will be tempted in a situation that you've never been tempted before because suddenly you have this spotlight on, and you need to understand where you're at.
I'll get a French try. I'll be back.
Okay. You need to understand why you're here.
Oh God, this is so awkward.
I've been scared because of the process of this has moved both so quickly and so suddenly that it's scary. But not once have I questioned how I feel about this woman.
Okay, yeah, Steven needs to read the room a little bit more and realize, if he's talking too long or too much, that people are getting disinterested and they may feel cornered into, what are we doing here, right? If he's not bringing the other people into that conversation. My assumption with what Steven was saying is that somebody reached out to him and was like, let's do some juice. And that's in his head.
You have to wait to see.
Please be for real.
I'm serious. You're going to learn to believe in me one of these days.
All right.
It's like they kind of smile and then she's like, and then she kind of smiles again where I'm like, it's touch and go.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Love you.
I love you.
Now it just kind of feels like empty. I love you. It's too much. And I don't know if she's really feeling it at this point. I don't know.
I just really appreciated you making me feel extra comfortable and going at the pace that I needed to go at for us to deepen our relationship. So thank you. I love you.
Love you too.
Mm.
So they still haven't slept together is what it sounds like to me. And everyone else has.
That's not to say I'm gonna make my decision based off of what everyone else thinks. I think we've both decided that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
If it's not, tell me now.
No, obviously it is, yeah.
Separate flights, please. Thank you.
Okay. I thought maybe he was going to bring up something like what he was discussing with Steven, or I figured Taylor would go, hey, what were you discussing with Steven? But I guess not.
Our couples are about to enter the most intense phase of this experiment.
Wow. I love it.
Living together.
That's nice.
Will looks, race, age, family, or financial considerations come into play?
They always do.
I was just listen, I'm engaged to this weirdo.
To this weirdo.
Mom was like, I've never seen you with a smile like that. I was like, Mom, shut up.
It started with love.
It's nice to hear.
Make sure Ashley doesn't get sick of me.
What's your plan for that?
Pray.
Will they prove that love truly is blind?
We will see.
One thing that bothers me too is cushions that get messed up.
What's that?
Cushions.
Oh, they don't stay up like that?
It bothers me so much for some reason.
Okay. She's a little OCD.
Really hope you say you're gonna take Luna out in the morning. I hope you do.
Yeah.
I'm younger than you, and I'm more mature than you.
You think you're more mature than me?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big eye roll from Nick. She really does think that though.
You think you're more mature than me. How are you gonna bring someone more immature into your space, your personal space, your oasis, and be able to live with me?
That's my biggest concern.
How do you think that's gonna work?
Can you mount a TV?
No.
Well,
I could fill a Brit up with water.
Girl, learn to mount your own TV. I did mine.
Because I could do everything.
Okay, so obviously I can too, other than mount a TV.
Yes, you can, Nick. Figure it out.
What's the first meal you're gonna cook for me? What's something that you love to cook that's your specialty?
They are so far away from each other on the couch. It's weird.
You know what? I'll make a mean bowl of cereal. I'm excited to live with you, though.
I just have one job to do, to make you happy.
I don't. This like she's like, I need a lot of space. I'm independent. I'm like, I don't think they like each other enough to make this last. Like they were on opposite sides of the couch.
This is so nice.
This is so great.
Dude, I mean, Cabo,
We
what?
have friends over.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna make it
Oh,
really
we're hosting.
homey.
We're hosting the party in here.
We're gonna
for
buy
sure.
flowers,
God, she's really stuck on the flowers thing. I get it, but
groceries, wine, beer, flowers,
More beer.
more flowers.
we get the I'm sure that he understands the flowers. Like,
This is crazy. This is nuts.
Cheers to being roomies.
Yeah.
For life.
yeah, he doesn't know if it's gonna be for life yet, Monica. But
Don't make a
I-
face.
So good. It's actually really good.
It is though, isn't it?
I really love them at the beginning, and now I'm just like, I don't know.
All I do is work, and when I don't work, I go spearfishing. So all I post about is spearfishing, but it's mostly just fish. Like
You don't have
very
nice fish.
the best fish, like dangerous fish.
Really trying to build it up there, Garrett.
Oh, look how happy you are.
Look at this thing, huh? That ain't
Wow.
Okay, we get it. The fish is as big as you.
no. You know, you're the best catch of them all.
That should be your wedding hashtag. Best catch of all.
No, we're not gonna get that freaking corny. That would be ridiculous. Actually, let's write that down.
That's cute.
Also, just keep watching us. Watch Ashley's family. Please watch over my family and watch over us as we sleep. It's in your precious name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Oh.
I was getting crying. I was about to cry.
Aw.
I'm excited to do like wedding planning with you because I feel like it's not just gonna be me planning.
A lot. Like I don't
We'll see.
need. Well, that's true.
You're gonna be a bridezilla. You're gonna be a bridezilla. You're gonna be a groomzilla.
I feel like he will be a groomzilla because he's so stylish.
I do like specific things. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's very specific.
I'm excited. I mean, the only other thing I'm nervous about is just your little black wedding that you want to have. I'm like,
My black theme.
have you ever stopped to like envision what like a
No, I really
black
have.
wedding would look like? Like
Yeah.
everyone just walking in wearing black.
That's cool.
I love the color black. Like it's just a great color. It's slimming. It's hot. Like it's cool.
Black is not, babe. No, we're not doing black.
Oh, he's not with it.
Technically, you're from like a beach metropolis, so we're not gonna call that city girl.
I'm pretty sure it's a city. It's like America. It's like America's finest city.
Policy consultants. You analyze papers, and you consult based on that.
Okay, so the diary cam is over.
Whoa. Garrett's parents have a nice house.
This is Michaela.
Michaela, hi. I've heard so much about you guys. Tristan, hi. We got you some flowers.
Thank you. I'm gonna bring them in the kitchen where we're gonna go. Beautiful.
Everybody loves the kitchen. Kitchen's the best place to hang out.
Garrett was my #1 since day one.
It was definitely a very vulnerable experience for sure.
Well, that's what really shocks me the most, I think, about it, is because you have never been one to wear your heart on your sleeve or share. I was
Warm
really
down.
surprised.
Good for you.
They're like in shock.
He is the master mixologist.
It's like chemistry. So her actually undergrad was in chemistry.
Okay. So you're the new bar.
Yeah, it's a new bartender right here.
Couple of nerd alerts getting married.
I think they were just worried about like cameras coming to their house, but they know that this is really important to me and that like I didn't just meet some guy. And that's also not really my style anyway. They said we want to come get eyes on him. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
we're working out getting them here in person.
Okay.
I highly doubt I'm going to meet anybody that I really connect with here. And I really felt that way going in. And Taylor was literally the only one that like I felt like my heart getting ripped out of my chest every time I went in there to talk to her. Just something about it, like I just wanted to be in that room all the time with her, and just felt like every.
Oh, his dad looks like he's gonna cry.
Even if we met in the real.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you guys have talked about it, but the hard stuff, because marriage is compromised. Raising kids and the hard stuff.
Tell me about it.
We've talked about raising kids. We've talked about a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
We really, really did.
Oh, she's about to cry.
I don't want him hurt, and I'd hate to see you be hurt either. I don't want to see either one of you go through it. I definitely don't want to see him go through it. I adore my son.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and this being the only time that we actually get to meet you and spend time with you before 2 weeks later, it's like, hey, we're at y'all's wedding, and it's just very.
You're having to make a lot more decisions.
Yeah. I get what they're saying.
I feel like you have deadlines and you're trying to meet those deadlines, basically.
And it's all out of complete love.
Mom is a bit of a wreck. I wonder.
I don't have any other answer than like, I love your son a lot, and I see a beautiful, wonderful future with him, and I can see that he's so wonderful because of the place that he came from and the people that matter the most.
That's a nice thing to say, Taylor.
I just want to thank you in advance if this goes where it needs to go. I hope to be a wonderful addition to your family.
We do too.
That was really nice, Taylor.
Just as much sense as before, but I can see why he's so loving and kind and wonderful.
Thank you. I wonder why Mom was like crying, saying it's so fast. Like, I'm worried if there was someone that Garrett dated that maybe she hadn't let go of yet, and just seeing her son move on so quickly. I assume we'll get to know maybe some of that. But again, I get how she could just be crying because she's nervous.
I love it. I love it. I like it more than before.
Yeah.
2 hours of traffic.
Yikes. It's a lot of traffic. Just another day in LA, though.
You look pretty hot cooking. Don't I look cute standing by watching?
Just standing watching, yeah. You just need a little glass of wine. You can like post up and watch me work.
Oh, thank you.
That's cute. He can cook. Everybody loves a man who can cook.
What do you need help with?
You could just watch, enjoy.
Oh my God, because I
Take a
hate
breather.
cooking.
How are you with like school stuff?
Why did she look at him like that?
I feel overwhelmed.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I would never
Well,
move. No.
Yeah.
Like, if you were not willing to move, I don't think this would work.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do the commute.
It's great that Ramses is so willing to move, and he seems like very malleable.
Go sit down, go sit down. So we got our soy sauce, this.
Wine.
Dang, that looks so good. Ramses. I was calling him Ramses before, but she calls him Ramses.
My mom does feel a certain way. She's still very Christian. If we like go through the entire ceremony and like there isn't any sort of like Christian element, she'd kind of be like.
She'd be disappointed.
Do you feel like we should ask her?
Right, if anything, my mom would probably come see me like before I walk down the aisle and just like pray with me or something. And I think that probably would be enough for her.
I used to think I was gonna get married in a temple.
In a Mormon temple?
2016, in a Mormon temple.
Really?
I always tell people, like, some of the best people I've met throughout life have been, and some of the nicest have been, like, Mormon people, like, people in the church. Like, they're so nice.
That's true. One of my best friends in 6th grade was Mormon. Her whole family was so nice.
I think we have past lives.
No?
Yeah. I don't have science behind that.
Yeah. You need to watch Past Lives, by the way.
We do need to watch Past Lives, but we're gonna watch Barbie first.
What? Barbie? Babe, don't put Barbie and Past Lives like on the same.
You haven't seen Barbie, though, Ramses? It's a great movie.
Barbie, like, made me realize I'm not accepting any man who's for the patriarchy.
It took Barbie to make you realize that?
That's hilarious.
I didn't sign up to go kill people, even though I technically did join the military.
It's the military, babe.
Yeah, I know.
Like the guns and all of that's not there for no reason.
No,
like,
I know,
it's
but like
weapons and like.
Ramses is really going in on her about this right now.
But I will tell you, I didn't understand the gravity of that. A lot of kids sign up at the age of like 18 and like.
Yeah, they just don't realize the gravity of their decisions at that young of an age.
I don't think we really understand like what we're signing up for when we do it.
Okay.
I'm feeling judged.
Are you?
I'm feeling judged.
I am feeling judged if I was her too. Like, he's going in pretty hard about it by like.
I don't know if you would have wanted to be engaged to me 2 years ago.
But it's in the past. He does seem very bothered by it.
It's been my entire life. I grew up on bases since I was 2.
Wow.
In high school, I did it in college, and I did it for the last 8 years. So it's like, it is a huge part of my life.
Wow. I don't know if he'll be able to accept that.
I don't regret joining the military.
Okay, I'm glad she said that.
I don't think I can handle like you being ashamed of my service.
This may be.
I wouldn't like want anyone to feel shame about their past.
Yeah.
As long as it's in your past.
I did try to do the reserves, and I could not be back in that environment, so I left. But if I were like a reservist, you probably wouldn't be with me.
Yeah.
Really?
It probably wouldn't work out because we have like we would be in very different places.
That was her whole life, and he's like, nah. That has to be hard to hear. Because if she were to ever go back or choose to be in the reserves. Like, wow, this took a turn. Like, I kept saying these two. I had no
That's where I stand.
questions. And now I have. I think that they can get through this, but that's like only if she chooses like to never be involved with the military like ever again. You know what I mean? Like he was very hardcore about that. He was going in on her of like, they chose, they signed up. And I'm like, I get his side. I also get her side that there's a lot of young people who sign up to be in the military and they do not realize the gravity of the situation. They're not signing up for the military, the army, thinking I'm eventually going to be on a boat that hits a button to set off a bomb to go and kill people, right? Like you don't really, that's not all in your brain. When you sign up, you think, well, if I do this and fill my duty, then they pay for my school, right? There are some people in a hard position that go to sign up for that or are encouraged to do that because it's kind of like their only option at the time, or there's other people who want to do it. But I still think that they're not really in the know of exactly what to expect. So you can't blame them for like signing up when a lot of them probably didn't know what they would be getting into. So I felt bad for her because I do think that Ramses was judging her pretty harshly. And the fact that she said it's her entire life. She's grown up on bases and stuff like that. And he is so against it. And it's only 2 years ago that she went to the reserves and then she decided not to do it. I'm like, it seems that's tough because now we're in a position where if she were to change her mind or if maybe she has like military friends, connections with that I feel like Ramses is going to judge them or judge her. Like, can she even hang out with her army friends with Ramses around? I don't know because he just felt very strongly about that whole entire conversation. It was a little weird. I also think that if she wanted to join the reserve, she should be able to do what she wants to do. And that the person with her would just be like, yeah, it would be tough for me. We could talk about it when we get there, I guess. He just seemed so against all of it. And I'm so surprised by his mood here versus in the pods. It's like, dude, you didn't seem that pissed about her being in the army. Sorry. And her military stuff when you were in the pods. It didn't seem to bug you. I realize you guys talked about a lot of other things. You align on a lot of other things. But she's like, the biggest statement that I heard there was like, I don't want you to be embarrassed for my service. And I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't be with someone who may seem embarrassed by the service that you gave to your country. I understand Ramses' point of view of like, the service that they're doing is not always going to align with all of us that we're thinking, yeah, everything they're doing is great. It's like, no, it's not going to be that. But they are still doing a service, right, for the country. And I feel bad for her because, like, that was a long conversation. And at first she was like, I don't know if I don't think I really support the troops, the things they were doing. She had to get out because she didn't agree with all the stuff that was going on. But then at the end of that conversation, she was like, I support our troops. I want you to know that. And I always will. And I don't want you to be embarrassed about my service. And I was glad that she said that. I mean, it took kind of a while for her, I feel like, to get there. And then he seemed awkward about it. And that leads me to Bodhi. Like, what is going to happen? This is in the back of my mind. What's going to happen if when they do the group meeting and she meets Bodhi is obviously, he is a military guy. He's going to proudly, right, be like, he'll have no problem with it. That's not to say that I think that they'll have a connection I do think that she had. Ugh, I'm sorry, guys. This happens to me every single review. I know I say that every time. I don't understand it. Anyhow, I just get too tense watching the show. I do think she had a stronger connection with Ramses, but I think she had still a really good one with Bodhi. And now I'm like, oh God, like she knows that with Bodhi, he would not be embarrassed of that at all. And I don't know where her life is heading now. It's obviously not in the military by any means. That's part of her past, but it's a little weird to be with someone who would be embarrassed about almost all of your past because she's done it. She's been on the base since she was like 2. So that's a little weird. Okay, moving on to Nick and Hannah. No way are they gonna, there's just no way. They showed us great parts with them of like bungee jumping. That's great. That's fun. But like when they get back to Washington, D.C., they're literally sitting on opposite sides of the couch, not touching, arms closed. When you cross your arms, that means like that's a cutoff of body language. It sort of means like you're not very comfortable. And after she said she thinks she's more mature and more intelligent than Nick D, and he just went, I'll let that slide. I was like, it's kind of mean. That was mean. I kind of felt bad for him. I was like, oh, this is not, I don't think that can last very long. I think that they can have fun for, I think that they can have fun for now. But I assume some stuff is going to come up more with Hannah and Nick D because it already seems unsteady. Same with Alex and Tim. Nope. Nope. I mean, Tim looks so dead in the eyes, and now he's trying again. He's like, let's start afresh. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to start from square one, but Alex has been annoyed by you and like your jokes and like your fat. He wanted to get a hat and she was like, no. And then he kept making jokes and she was like, stop it. Like she started to snap. And I'm like, that's going to come back up. That's just part of her personality. And it might be part of her personality when she's around him because she gets like annoyed. And I just don't foresee that not happening again. So if it happens again, I'm sure Tim is going to go, nope. But here's the thing that I'd be scared about if I was in Tim's shoes is that she's going to keep it together for 2 weeks. And then if I was Tim, I'd be like, I can't marry her right now because who knows what's going to happen months down the line, right? Like it's way too unsteady. Like I would need to go, I need to be with you for at least 6 months and see how many times this stuff happens. Not just 2 weeks, because people can like lock down their normalcy, the way that they would normally operate for a couple of weeks. And then when they get comfy, stuff comes out, you know? So, I don't know about that. Also with Garrett and Taylor, it was odd how much, not that odd. I get like mom is afraid to like lose her son and she thinks it's too fast. I am so sorry. Like literally, guys, I don't know what to do to make me not yawn during the end of my reactions. I don't yawn at all during when I'm watching it. It's maybe just I'm talking too much and my brain needs oxygen. I don't know. Okay, let's think. I realized that she was like, lose your son. She thinks it's too fast. She doesn't want him to get hurt. And maybe she had that in her head. Another part of me is she's just like, it's so fast. And I'm like, there's a weird conversation that happened between Steven and Garrett. And it was about Instagram people coming for him and being like, hi, which we get that once you're on the show. And that might make you go, oh, maybe I should keep my options open for when the show drops. People are going to be hitting me up. I don't know if that's what the conversation was about. We don't know. They never showed us really what they were talking about. But I also wonder if Garrett was dating someone Oh, no, he couldn't have been because he was the one that was single for like 7 years, right? Yeah. Okay, so maybe I got that wrong. Um, I don't know, guys. I don't know. The mom crying felt like to me that there was something more than what was happening there than him just being on Love is Blind and getting married too quickly. That's what it felt like to me. Who's the couple that I'm missing? Obviously Tyler and Ashley, we don't need to talk about them. They're great. They're super cute. They're great. They're already talking about kids. They're in love. Who is the Taylor? Oh, right. Steven and Monica. You guys already know how I feel right now about Monica. I'm like, she's like, I don't want to come off materialistic. I'm like, she is. She seems high maintenance. She mentioned the word flowers 87 times. I'm like, I think he gets it that you want flowers. Also, didn't they just fly to Mexico and it's only been 2 days? Like, you got to cut the guy some slack. Like, maybe he would have gotten you flowers, right, once you got back to DC. But now it feels like very overly handed to him. Like, if he shows up with flowers and be like, well, it's because she told you to. I don't know that he really wanted to do that. And maybe he was over-promising stuff. Like, just like blah, 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 blah to get the girl, you know? And he is, like, chatty. Like, even Monica got up and left him. And then as he was talking, Taylor was looking around like, somebody save me. And I was like, how long has he been talking? And he kept saying, I'll bring it back around. I'm like, all right, let the guy get it out. But I don't know how long it was taking. And that was a good indication of, does he let someone else in there when he starts a conversation? Because that could have very easily been, I was just talking to Garrett, you know, sorry about that. We were chatting. We just had to talk. But then he was like, Instagram, you know, and girls will be like, I'm going to suck your da-da. And like, it was a lot. And even Monica was like, what is going on? What are you talking about? That everyone felt like lost. And she got really mad at him in the last episode and was like, you need to stop talking like I couldn't get a word in. And I wasn't sure how long he had been talking. And now that I saw that look on Taylor's face, I'm like, I wonder if everybody feels that way. That's an unfortunate thing for Steven, because I don't know if he knows how to read the room or keep it succinct. Keep it short. Keep it short and sweet. Shorter than what you're used to saying, right? That would be a really hard thing, especially if, you know, he starts a story and he's going to go on and on forever and not let you kind of join in. That would be very difficult for me. I would have a tough time with that too. But I do not think that Steven should marry Monica. And I think Steven saying, I might feel overwhelmed and like, I might this and I might that. And she's like, wait, do you? And he's like, no, not at all. And I'm like, nah, you brought up a lot of like red flag words. And I don't think that he should marry Monica, because he obviously seems concerned probably about the way that she addressed him about the chatty. He's too chatty, I think, for her. And also I think she's too high maintenance for him. She wants a lot of things. And I think that he, after that comment about the overly chatty, I think that he probably felt like he has to like dampen himself down a little bit around her. And that may also add to him feeling overwhelmed in this situation. So I feel a little bit bad for the guy. But I also think, like, yeah, in the beginning of this situation, if you promised her, not promised, but if you said you would do these things in a relationship, try to think about what you said so that you can actually stay true to those words. I don't know how much he talked about flowers, but she just is like, the flowers thing is a whole thing. And then him not going out to watch the fireworks with her was a whole thing, which I get, you know, you're like, oh, I want to watch it with him. But I'm like, you were surrounded by your friends out there. We're all adults here. He does look like he's in an intense conversation with Garrett. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot to me. So now I am unsure about Monica and Steven. I am very unsure about Alex and Tim. I don't think Alex and Tim are going to make it. I still don't think that Nick D and Hannah are going to make it. Who else? Garrett and Taylor are looking pretty good. Who am I forgetting? I don't know. Well, you guys will leave it in the comments. Anywho, I got to move on. I got to watch the next episode. But I love you guys. Make sure that you leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me who your favorite characters are. No spoilers, though. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Please share this with your friends and family so that I can get the views up and more comments and more likes, which will really, really help the channel because I really hope to take over the reality game here on YouTube, and I would appreciate your help. And I think that's it. I love you guys. Remember to spread hugs, love, and laughter. I'll see you on the next one.